All righty.
Win-win.
So, our guys, Ryan Williams and Isaiah Horton, got to hang out with old John Gruden. I thought that was pretty fun. Although it was kind of like, oh man, my wife hates Tennessee. That was John Gruden right there.
Yeah.
It's like that. It was just so funny, and it was pretty cool getting to see them hang out with a coaching legend such as John Gruden. And they gave out hints that they're still not happy about that loss to Vandy. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. And listening to, I guess, Coach Gruden try to groom them up, give them some advice, tips, and that kind of stuff. If you're, but I'll put it on the other side of the table. If you're, if you're a position coach at Alabama, and then you're, coaching it up one way, then Coach Gruden said, "Well, bring this, y'all might ought to try this and all that kind of stuff." That's a little conflict right there. So, I mean, it's good if he's offering tips, but players, you listen to your coach. I mean, it's go to. I love talking with people that know a lot more about football than me, and but I learned as a player, and then you learn as a coach too that you got to be very smart with regard to what you buy into and that kind of stuff. But it was a lot of good stuff. They talking different terminology and routes and stuff like that, but pretty much all of it's the same. Everything he was drawing up with the little dry erase marker. I mean, we've all seen it before and that kind of stuff. Just different terms. I mean, as far as name calls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of good for the players to hear some different ideas and stuff like that. But just remember, players, you do what your coach tells you. These guys on the outside of the periphery. Yeah, it's good to talk to them, and they have some may have some stuff to offer up, but when you go back, don't create a conflict. Do what your coach tells you to do. Trust your coach.
And he did give some advice to the guys saying that you
Exactly.
can't tap out. Like that's what I like. It's like you
Yeah.
can't tap out
And
because
and Coach Gruden has a way. He carries himself the way he comes across a little cocky and a little he's got that certain little swagger, and that's paid that's been done well for him. But obviously I like players hearing from others, but at the bottom line, when you go back to school, you do what your coaches tell you to do.
exactly. Well,
So
and
anyway, it was a lot of banter.
oh yeah, and he did talk a little bit about Jerry Rice, where he said like Jerry Rice never missed a workout, like even when he was in his
Yeah,
late 30s.
yeah. I like the what he was trying to let them know is work hard, do go the extra mile, do more than what's required of you, be open minded and stuff like that. My only issue is when you start talking technique and start talking route running and all that kind of stuff. I mean, but the idea, that working hard and putting the time in and having that mindset, just, get yourself in the grind.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it used to be fall and spring and that was it. Now they got all this summer crap going on and going all over the country and going to these clinics and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it can be very tiresome, fatiguing, and so I hope they find a little bit of time to just go home and just be with the family and just you know, can't be grinding at 18, 19 years old like there's no tomorrow. And all over the country and hearing it. Sometimes you just hear so everybody's talking, everybody's wanting to tell you something, and sometimes you have to remove yourself from that and just step back and just hang with mom and dad, so to say.
Well, and I thought it was pretty cool also when Ryan Williams was like, "We're gonna kill an ant with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That was so funny right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You like hearing that. But you're doing a lot of talking. You got to back it up. It'll come down to
Agreed.
that. Talk it, and all that kind of stuff. But bottom line is, they're coming to Tuscaloosa. We'll see how you react.
Oh yeah. That's going to be one of the great revenge games of 2025. Alabama Vanderbilt week
Mhm.
6. Just don't put it on SEC Network.
Hey, and let me ask you a question because it just popped in my mind, and I can't remember the schedule. Who does Alabama play the week before, Vandy? Do you know
We
off the top of
played Georgia. We played Georgia, and it's going to be in Athens on ABC Saturday
Ooh.
night. I mean, although we're not entirely sure that's on Saturday night, but it's likely going to be Saturday night.
Ooh. That's a
So,
tall order.
it'll be
Big,
interesting to see
big
what.
win, big letdown, and Georgia's going to have a little axe to grind with Alabama. So,
Oh,
ooh.
they will.
Yeah, that's when you start getting into the drama of the season, scheduling.
Well, I
But
mean,
Alabama created this monster. They created it, so we'll see how they react to it.
like since Kirby Smart became head coach, the only time Georgia's really beaten Bama was the national title for 2021 season. But other than that, they haven't really had any luck against us. So it's
No,
like,
Alabama's stepped up to the table every single time. So, well, here you go. Once
there you
again.
go.
So Alabama's going to be hyped up, ready to go for Georgia. But then the next week, you talking that smack, sledgehammer with a. So you're gonna have to keep it going. Emotions, I mean, emotions. They only they come and go.
Agreed,
Yeah.
coach. Agreed.